Hi everyone, it is Monday, February 25th and the start of week 7 in the course. Can you believe it? We're about to the halfway point in the semester. Last week was exam week. I hope it went well for you and you did as well as you had hoped. I will get those all graded and posted just as soon as possible, and we'll let you know immediately when those are ready. Many of you may have seen my email from last week. I also posted an announcement about it. I think our transition to Canvas this semester has been pretty smooth, with one big exception, and that is I just learned last week that Canvas was not posting your readings out of the textbook like it should have been. I have fixed the problem, and we should have it fixed going forward. So underneath readings every week, you should see if there are readings in the textbook listed in there which chapters or pages you should be reading. I apologize for the inconvenience of that, and it's water under the bridge now. All I can do is fix it going forward, and we've got that rolling going forward. This week in our content, we turn to visualization, or what is more appropriately called imagery, and how we use that in sport. You often hear athletes talking about how they have imagined performances ahead of time, or they've used the skill of visualization to practice a new sport skill, or to practice a strategy and be familiar with a certain performance setting. This week, we talk all about those things. We've got a couple lectures, a couple really interesting readings. There's instructions. One of the lectures talks about specific strategies for using imagery. So I think you're going to find this week's content really, really interesting. There's also a post with a video of Olympic athletes talking about how they used imagery to prepare for their Olympic performances. And I'm always really interested in those because Olympic athletes are preparing for 4 years for one moment. They're preparing for their one big performance, and there's a lot writing on that. And those athletes use imagery a lot to prepare for those high pressure performances and in the Olympic setting as well. So otherwise, this week is a pretty straightforward week. There's a quiz due on Friday, readings, lectures, videos. Make sure you dig into that material. Last thing I'll mention to you is there's also an anonymous survey posted this week. I always, about halfway through a class, like to ask the class, how's it going? So this is your chance to tell me if something's not working. We have time to make some adjustments. If things are working great and you want me to keep doing it or maybe even do more of that, that would be helpful to know as well. It's a really short survey, 3 questions, should only take you a few minutes to do. There's no requirement, it's not required anyway, totally optional, there's no points associated with it. And I don't assign points because I want it to be completely anonymous. I don't want you to feel like you have to just tell me everything's going great to make me feel good or something. I want you to tell me what you think of how the class is going so that I can do the best I can with the time we have together in class to make sure this is an excellent course for you. So if you have a few minutes, just take that survey. It's called the Halfway Home Survey on our course content, and I would really appreciate your feedback on that. So that's about it for now. I hope you have an awesome week. And as always, go Pokes!